The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 6 has begun, you guys. We got to start roasting it and recapping it. Tonight, we're going to be talking about episode 3 entitled Dismissed. So grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. 'Cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian, pop culture vulture, and sometimes Bravo superfan Joleen Lunzer here to talk all about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. All right. Remember, everything I say tonight is going to be from a comedic perspective, and it's my opinion, but you're welcome to have your opinion. You can just sound off in the live chat and we can agree to disagree.
It's my opinion!
Also, remember that I am very well respected in the Bravo communities, allegedly.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
Jolene's excellent. I've missed you guys as we've been covering Big Brother, but smash that like, grab a beverage. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This season, you guys, these ladies, hands down right now, the best Housewives franchise out there. Okay, I don't think there's any. Let me know if you guys think there's a different Housewives franchise that right now is better than the Salt Lake City ladies, because these ladies are a hot mess. And we are only 3 episodes in, and we already have all of the drama, all of the delulu, so much going on. So let me send some screenshots over to myself from the latest episode. You guys know the drill. Please like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel further, you're welcome to send a super chat while we're live. It's a great way for me to see your comment. You can also join one of my memberships, either here or on YouTube or on Patreon, or you can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Shout out to those of you who have done that recently. I got very generous people hitting me up. Crystal, thank you so much. Kimberly, Kathleen, appreciate you guys very much. But so good to see you. Dreadful says Salt Lake City is entertaining, but you find them quite unlikable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I could see that. But you guys sound off in the live chat as we go and react and roast this episode, episode 3. Again, the episode is entitled Dismissed, and I think it's pretty obvious why it's dismissed, because we're talking about Lisa Barlow's lawsuits. So Lisa Barlow, you know, she's been very busy. She couldn't come to the camping trip that the ladies did in the RV because she's like, I was entertaining Ben Affleck and Blake Lively. And remember, Lisa Barlow told Heather, you know, I live a very different life than you ladies. Lisa Barlow is very fancy and very important, and she's much fancier than all of the other housewives, all of her other little friends, okay? She's so fancy. In fact, they roasted her on Watch What Happens Live because apparently in this confessional look, they smoky-eyed one of her eyes and then left the other eye unsmokied.
Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
Crazy times for Lisa Barlow. But she went back in and redid, I think this is the redone look. And then the look before, is this the one she redid? Maybe not. No, I think this is, they smokied one of her eyes more than the other. I was like, of course they did. Of course. All right, let me see if this will work. I'm changing my speaker. Sorry, you guys. Let me know if I have any sound issues, if my mic is acting up at all. Adam says Lisa is awful. This season is really going to be about these ladies allegedly taking Lisa down. Heather, Angie K, and Bronwyn, knocking her down quite a few notches. Okay. My favorite is Salt Lake City lady is Angie K, and I make no apologies for that, and I really enjoy her. But Bronwyn, I think Bronwyn, she gained some points with me when she admitted about lying about that anniversary necklace. I thought, okay, Bronwyn, okay, you're back. And not Heather. Sorry, this is Whitney, not Heather. I'm used to seeing Whitney's new red hair. So these ladies are going to be taking down Lisa Barlow this season. We already see a little bit of that. So let's just get in a description here for it. RHOSLC, season 6, episode 3. So Lisa hosts a luncheon to give the women some clarity on allegations being spread, but tensions boil over when Lisa insults most of the ladies. And that's the truth. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of skip around to the parts of the episode that I really want to talk about, you guys. Oh my goodness. I did not know that Bronwyn had such a kind of atrocious mother. It seems like this has become a theme for these housewives, which explains a lot, is they have these moms who they're trying to gain their love and affection, and they, but these kind of cold moms who insult them or like make snide remarks. And this is true for Bronwyn. It's like her mom is like this lady. If you watch the Netflix documentary, you know what I'm saying. And I felt for Bronwyn in this moment because this season, what we're learning about Bronwyn is she is taking care of her mom, has moved into her house with her husband, with her little Krabby Patty husband. And her dad was living there too, I believe. And then her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. So it's a full house, and all of those bulldogs, or I forget what kind of dog she has, but it's like a bulldog. And her dad has dementia. He's had dementia for the past 10 years. I mean, just horrific. Anyone who's dealt with dementia in their family, it's horrible. And her mom had, I think maybe did she have like a brain tumor or something, but then they got it all fixed. And now she's healthy, but the dad is now in a memory care facility. And so Bronwyn invited her mom into her home, the Todd father had to talk old Krabby Patty into it. Todd I know Bronwyn's like, he realized what he did last season. He realizes that he needs to speak to me better. Okay, we both realized. But I'm like, I don't think Todd realized. Todd looks pissed all the time. This is the crabbiest man I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some crabby men, okay? They went out to lunch and they're talking about this living situation and her going to meet up with Meredith and them coming, finding like a common ground due to their, Meredith having lost her dad and him being sick, and now Bronwyn dealing with her dad and his illness. And then she's like, thank you, Todd, for, financially helping out my parents. And he's like he's just so crabby. This man is sir, what did you think this marriage was when you marry a woman much younger and more attractive than you? It is a transactional relationship. You provide the money, she provides the beauty. I don't understand why he's so crabby all the time. Okay, you got what you paid for. And you're going to have to pick up the check the rest of your life, sir. Evelyn, yeah, I want better for Bronwyn too. I feel like no one deserves that Krabby Patty. But I guess you could argue she got what she signed up for too, is because, he's going to be the cash cow, the sugar daddy. But ultimately, he's just going to be a crabby old dude. He's just there's just nothing appealing about Todd. I can't say enough bad things about Todd. He just pisses me off. Every scene he's in, I'm like, Todd, smile. Your wife is hot. You agreed to be on television. You have a bunch of cute dogs. You live in a beautiful place. You're probably, I forget what kind of business he works in, but he probably is one of those guys like venture capitalists, entrepreneur, whatever they're called, who just go in and make money off of failing businesses and get rid of everybody you're probably, you're cashing the devil's checks, allegedly. Obviously, everything I say is true, you guys, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
So don't get too mad, Todd. All right. But I'm sure you're cashing, the devil's checks on the regular to be this rich. So smile. Smile, gout dick, smile. When Lisa Barlow told freaking Bronwyn that she sucks gout dick, I was like, I'm sorry, what? When I think of gout dick, I think of King of the Hill. Or actually, when I think of gout, I think of King of the Hill. When Bobby Hill got gout. That's what I think of.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I don't really know what gout dick is. I think Lisa Barlow might have explained it on Watch What Happens Live, but I didn't finish the latest episode. But I mean, here's what I'll say. If anyone's going to have gout dick, it's going to be this guy. Allegedly, obviously, for entertainment purposes. But he kind of looks a little gouty. I don't even know what gout really is. Nor do I want to, nor am I going to look it up. But just the word itself, he looks a little gouty. It's a real thing. Stop. I can't Google that, because if I Google that, that'll be in my search history. I'm going to have to ask Hype Man Husband Chell RN. And he might not even know if he's encountered any gout dick. I don't know. But that's crazy if that's a real thing. Yes, Wanda, the vibes are all wrong. Anyway, so she's just like, thank you, Todd. Thank you so much for helping my parents. He's like, yeah, whatever. He's just such an angry little troll, Then Bronwyn has to go home and talk to her mother. And her mother is another one. At first I was like, oh, I feel so bad. I mean, I still feel bad for this woman because, her husband, her partner, her best friend in life has dementia, and she's uprooting herself from Northern California. And it's horrible. But then she starts, I thought I had a picture of her here, but then she starts in on Bronwyn. And basically what's happening with Bronwyn's dad is he only remembers her from when she was young, like when she was in college, when she became a teen mom. Someone put on Twitter, her dad only remembers her from her hoe days or something like that. Oh my God. But it's sad because he doesn't, he's not able to remember her as an adult. And I think she feels as though she's made, quite a few changes in her life, and she's become successful. And so she wants her parents to just be proud of her. Okay. Can we just send like a national PSA to parents? If you're going to squirt out a kid, can you at least be proud of them? Can you tell them you love them? And can you just tell them you're proud of them? There would be a whole lot less, evil, trauma, bad things in the world if parents would just hug their damn kids and say, hey, I'm proud of you. Even if your kid is the biggest loser. You know what I mean? So, occasionally maybe if they do something a little less loserish, tell them you're proud of them. Remind your adult children. Maybe. So her mom is like, well, yeah, you wouldn't have done any of that without Todd. Okay, Mom. Are you a little jelly? Are you a little peanut butter and jelly? Why would a mom say that? I just always think of my mom. And I know it's unfair because Nana is like the best. And a lot of you know Nana. And she would just never say that to me. She would never take away my accomplishments and give it to a man. Even a man with rich man disease, like Adam is saying. She just wouldn't do it. Nana would be like, and you know what? You did so good. She would find a way to make it amazing that I married a rich, old, crabby man. Like that was a big accomplishment. So it's crazy. Yes, Care Bear. And her mom couldn't do it without her dad. And also, I side-eye her parents because what was her dad? He was one of those recorders. I don't know what the hell a recorder is in this Mormon church or whatever. And the fact that it brought such shame on their family for her to, become a mother while in her sophomore year of college and then give them this wonderful grandchild. It was just, the shame. It's like, oh my God, can we get people to disindoctrinate themselves from these religions that cause them to, hurt their children, cause them to, not be there, not support, not be loving, who give them these arbitrary rules that they're like, if you don't do this, I'll disown you. And you're like, for what? Love your kids. Come on. So I'm done with her mom. Her mom was starting to remind me, and someone pointed this out on Twitter. She was starting to remind me of Sutton's mom, and I cannot stand Sutton's mom from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's a nasty piece of work, that one, and racist to boot. Just yuck. No, thank you. Like, don't show us these Krabby Patty moms, these, just unsupportive, probably emotionally abusive moms. Yeah, maybe mom is jealous. Something's going on. Because I'm like, Bronwyn's taking you into her home. She brought you a beverage, with some kind of Coca-Cola. I just knew she was going to have a nasty ass attitude the minute she looked at that Coke, and she was like, and Bronwyn was bringing it over. And I think Bronwyn said, oh, I might have, shaken it up on the way here. Sorry. And then she's like, is it cold? Lady, get up and get your own ice. I can't stand it. It does, Anna, help to explain a lot about Bronwyn. So she's got to either go home to Krabby Patty Todd or Mommy Dearest. And I don't know if her dad was any better, bringing her up in a religion that just shamed her and made her feel bad about herself and made her feel bad about becoming a mother. I don't know. There's so much to Bronwyn's story. Yes, Evelyn, lots of toxic moms on Bravo. Candace's mom, yes. And Candace's mom was a therapist. That was the craziest part. And that's actually, they say that that's actually not that rare. That sometimes the therapists need to be therapized and can be that, delulu and that unself-aware where they're actually harming their own family while helping others. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, Bronwyn, it seems like she's been through it. So we had this scene with them, didn't love it. Luckily, we also have Angie K and her adorable dad. I love Angie K's dad. I want to marry him. I love him. He's so cute. I want to take him as a third with me and my husband, Chella Red. No, I want to go visit him. I want to hug him. I love their little dynamic, their relationship. And he's talking about when he immigrated here and everything he's went through and how that doesn't leave you. And they always have these really cool, profound moments in this silly show about rich women shooting filler in their face and fighting. You know what I mean? They still have these moments where I'm like, it's so cute. And I love him. And he's adorable. And they've been through a lot. And him losing his wife, Angie losing her mom at a young age, I believe it was due to alcoholism. But they always have these great moments. And it seems like Angie she doesn't take for granted that she has her dad. She doesn't take for granted her Greek heritage. She's so proud of it. Unfortunately, her daughter Electra, which still, I don't know about this Electra name, but it's too late. It's too late. They can't rename her. Okay. Shout out to Electra. She's entering the teenage years. So Angie is very excited, sharing news with her about becoming a Greek citizen, like a dual citizenship. And her daughter's like, what do I care? And when Angie says it's heartbreaking, it is. It's heartbreaking watching kids, whether you're an auntie, a mom, a dad, and kids go into the teenage years and finding that kind of independence. But in the meantime, it's like they could give two shits about you and they look at you like, ugh. With the hormones and everything going on. I remember being that teenager. And now I just fear for my little niecey when she and nephew, as they navigate through that. I'm like, I hope they still want to talk to me. I hope they still want to come visit me and stay with me in the summer. I'm cool. You guys, I'm still cool. And they're like, I don't want them to be like, not really. See you later. So poor Angie K. I imagine a lot of moms feel this way. You give so much. I imagine my mom felt this way. You give so much to these little effers. Okay. And then they're just like, whatever. Like you give your whole life, you give your body, you give them life. And then they just hit these teenage ages where they're like, you don't know anything. Ew, get away. And attitude. Add a 2. So Angie K is going through it because she's like, I thought we'd be best friends. Everyone thinks it's going to skip them. They're not going to get the teenage angst. They're not going to get the hormonal teen that's not going to be interested in them like they were. And it seems like nobody escapes it, you know? Button's mom is a therapist, 2 narcissistic therapists who are in because they know better and can fix people. You'll be better if you just do what I say. Oh, Alexandra. Who's Buttons, though? I don't know. Thank you, Lady Jane. I'm not into this show. I'm just here to listen to you tell fun stories. You know that will happen. That happens quite regularly. So thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you, Rachel, for becoming a member. I don't think I have my sound effects on, but just pretend you heard the cha-ching. Thank you, Rachel. Welcome to the Lean team. Appreciate that. So luckily we got that conversation to cleanse the Bronwyn's evil mom conversation. Unfortunately, Heather is, she's becoming a, what do you call it when you're like an empty nester? And she's like, I can't wait till these kids move. Like, I can't wait till this last one gets out of here. Heather's like, get gone. Okay. So much so that she was sharing her feelings about that and having a little guilt. And Bronwyn's like, oh, I never want my daughter to leave. And Heather, a couple episodes, she's like, does that mean you think I don't love my kid? She's like, no, I was just saying, don't feel bad. But Heather's like, goodbye. See you later. See you later. Oh, Sutton. Yes. Her mom's a therapist too. I forgot. Oh my God. You're right, Alexandra. What is going on with the therapist mothers? Get your shit together. Oh my goodness. So Heather's like, goodbye. And she's making her room. She has this beautiful room that just held like her kids' stuff, I guess, like a storage area, but it has all these beautiful windows. The one thing I love about Salt Lake City is it's so gorgeous. Like watching this show, I love the homes. I love the mountains. I love the snow. I love all of it. I don't think I could ever live in Utah, but it's so gorgeous. Like this is one of the most beautiful cities that they film in. And I love that they always film in the winter. It's just, I don't know. It gives me like tinglies in my tummy when I watch it. I'm like, I love it. I love visiting like Zion National Park in Utah, but I don't think I could live there. But it's just so beautiful. Care Bear says Heather needs to get her groove on. She's an empty nester. Yeah, but Heather goes back and forth with being so open about her sex life and sexuality to being like, don't talk about it. I'm like, what? Girl, you're writing books about, what are you? I don't know. Sometimes Heather, she confuses me at times, but I'm excited for her to, spread her wings, spread her legs, whatever she wants to spread, and just live her best life now that her daughters are all going off to college. Meanwhile, Lisa Barlow is throwing parties. Remember, she's very important. She's more important than all of us, all of her friends. She says, no one sues the bottom bitch. They all go for the top. So she's preparing. She has some kind of event she's hosting. She's got her Vita tequila there. And she's naming off the celebrities that'll be there. One of them was Steve Carell. And the woman who works for her, I don't remember her name, but she was like, oh, I'm like, are you jizzing over Steve Carell? I mean, Steve Carell's hilarious, but she was like, I was like, what is she doing? Are you that excited about seeing Steve Carell? Like, are you going to try to hit on him? It was a little weird. Really, it was so weird. Yes, that was, when Heather became Jen Shah's minion. Oh, that's a hard thing to shake. Horrible. Yeah, do what you got to do there, Lisa Barlow. So she's going around, move that table this way, move that table that way, make that rectangle. Lisa comes in like everyone else didn't do all the work. Every time we see her hosting these events, these like parties somewhere in, Salt Lake or somewhere in, I forgot the other, no matter where it is in Utah. All she does is she's like, dim the lights a little bit. Move that rug a little to the right. Okay, Perfect. Make sure everybody gets a drink. Yeah, don't spill on anyone. Just the obvious things. I'm like, what do you do? What does she do? Oh my gosh. Like, okay, cool. Great, Lisa. Yeah. This cup, maybe you could turn it like this. You had it like this, but I want it like this. I'm so important. I'm partying with Ben Affleck and Blake Lively, and I'm thinking, I don't know if you should be bragging about Blake Lively right now. Blake Lively had a lot of people were coming for Blake Lively. So I'm not sure. We also had, I can't say enough about the Salt Lake City editing team. Because they put together Lisa Barlow's legal team, all her lawyers. Remember, she's like, I have 6 lawyers. I have 6 lawyers in Wendy's. Okay. And they have like, they got Better Call Saul. They got Mrs. Huxtable. I mean, Legally Blonde. They have the TV lawyers, you know. She's like, we're stacked. Because Lisa's got lawsuits. She's got lawsuits on lawsuits on lawsuits. And she doesn't want to talk about it. And she doesn't want anyone else to talk about it. Yet she has talked regularly about other people's business issues. So she's planning a skeet shooting. I'm like, what? And certain of the ladies, you know, a few of them are able to come for the skeet shooting. And then after she's having a luncheon where she's going to let all the other hags show up, you know, the one she doesn't like, where she's like, then I'm going to let Bronwyn and Whitney come, and a couple others, and Mary, but they can't come skeet shooting. Turns out Heather, not a great skeet shooter. Like, that seems very boring to me, but okay. That's what she likes to do. That's what they're doing out in Utah, I guess. So everyone's headed to this lunch, and immediately when they're done skeet shooting and they get there, it is Lisa Barlow has all over the luncheon room pictures of herself blown up with her lawsuits that have, you know, are in the media. They're in the Salt Lake City Tribune. And the ladies have been like, what's going on with Lisa's business? Why she got so many damn lawsuits? Why are all these people suing her? And she blew them up and then just wrote dismissed all over them. And she was like, see, here's the proof that all my lawsuits are dismissed. See, it's dismissed. This is dismissed. That's it. They're like, you just wrote dismissed. No, I didn't. Because I didn't. It says Lisa Barlow denies that any of this is true. So clearly they're like, that's not how it works. And Meredith is just quiet. She doesn't want to be fighting with Lisa again. So she's like, doo-doo-doo. You know, the only lady in the group with a law degree is like, boop-a-doo-boo. Yep. Mm-hmm. See, it's dismissed. All my stuff is dismissed. And it's just everywhere. And all it says is Barlow denies the allegation. And so they're questioning, like, okay, but that's not proof that these are in fact dismissed. Are they dismissed? How dare you? How dare you, Whitney Rose? Your stupid fucking business and your dumb red hair. Whitney's like, what? I've been so honest with you. Whitney was not having it. Because she has been very honest about Wild Rose or whatever her business was. Her and her husband went all in. And I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a business lady like that. I'm going to have my own little content creation thing and stand-up comedy. But I don't know how these ladies, like, what they think is going to set them apart in a market that's so oversaturated, being like skincare and beauty. You'd really, I would think, have to partner up with someone who has had just tons of success in that area of business. I don't know what Wild Rose, I never even saw Whitney's stuff anywhere. And her husband went all in on it. But she's been very open and vulnerable. That's what I do like about Whitney, is Whitney is always going to tell you. She's not going to try to pretend. She's like, eventually, she might in the beginning, but eventually she comes clean. She's like, oh, yeah. And then she had like jewelry That was from like Alibaba. People were saying last season, like, what are these people doing? But I do feel for Whitney because she really took a chance and she's owning, and she did that during the camping trip. She's owning that, you know, she tried and she failed. And it's been very difficult for her and her husband. They lost a ton of money. They probably lost, you know, all their savings, retirement. But she said she's paying back her, you know, people she owes debt to. She's paying back her partners, and she's doing it the right way. Whereas she sees Lisa Barlow as kind of doing it the wrong way. But Lisa's the one that brings Whitney into it. And Lisa's like, what about you stupid redhead? And Whitney's like, did you call me a redneck? And I think she just called her a redhead. So I was like, right. This lunch did remind me of work meetings too. Because it's those stupid, whatever you call it, where they have them on the pedestals, or what is it called? For like display, like a presentation. I was like, ugh. And it kind of looks like it was in a conference room. And then even the menus had Lisa Barlow's face on it with the lawsuits and dismissed written all over it. I'm like, what? Oh my goodness. So when they first walk in, they're like, this is so dumb. And then like her and John courtside at the Utah Jazz. And then Bronwyn goes, that's not actually courtside. They would be folding chairs. So that's like a row back. Yeah. It's so ridiculous, but it's also very entertaining. As Lisa's like, look at us, we're on a yacht. And she posted a picture of her and John on a yacht, and it looks like it was from 1993. And it looks like they did the 0.5 as they were taking the picture, so it looks really far. So she could have been on a fishing boat, but they made the fishing boat look really long. So they're just dragging her in their confessionals about that. So, and then Whitney posted this on social media. She said, so much to unpack here. At first, I laughed when I saw this because I thought she called me a redneck. Because remember, Whitney's like, redneck? What? And I was laughing at my own miss. Then I realized that she actually called me redhead as an insult. It just sent my entire heart bursting in pain for all the redheads that I love deeply. There's a lot of redhead hate, apparently. There is ginger. I mean, yeah, because people say, oh, gingers are like the devil and stuff. I don't say that. I was a ginger for a long time. I wish I was born with naturally beautiful red hair. That was like my dream, but I wasn't. So I dyed it for a long time. And then I started getting grays and I had to go blonde. So that's really the only reason I'm blonde. But I loved being a redhead. But she's like, this right here is exactly why I colored my hair red. If you're naturally a redhead, please know that you are beautiful and rare. Don't listen to the hate. One day you will love your natural. And I do know that Whitney dyed her hair red for her daughter because her daughter has beautiful red hair. And I think maybe she was teased, or she was wondering like, why can't I, look like you or have blonde hair? And it's like, if you are born with natural red hair, oh my God, you are so lucky. You are so lucky, whether it's like red or orangey red, beautiful. I always wanted that. I had to get it from a bottle my whole life. But yeah, what's wrong with gingers? But yeah, they do say gingers are the devil. Somehow, I don't know how gingers got, because it was like, they would call people, like a redheaded stepchild. I don't know what redheads did, how there was such a stigma on redheads. Does anyone know the history of that? Because that is really weird. What did redheads do to deserve being dragged down with the devil? Right? Red hair is it's gorgeous. I love it. So yeah, like they have no souls, according to The Simpsons. Yeah, redheads have no souls. They're best friends with Lucifer, like Lynn loves metal. But man, if I had naturally red hair, I would love it. And I would have saved so much money. Yes, dark auburn hair. I first started dyeing my hair red in like 1995. I grabbed box dye because I saw Angela Chase from My So-Called Life, and I was like, that is what I'm supposed to be. And then I was just a redhead for the longest time. And once I got it done professionally, it looked a lot better. But a long time, I was just box dyeing it. My parents were like, what are you doing? I'm like, just want to be Angela Chase. Okay, you guys don't get it. And again, that was those moody teenage years. Leah Jean says, love red hair and I'm a blonde, right? I mean, I don't mind blonde hair, I guess, but I really only do it because I'm gray. And it's easier to hide the grays. Mac, you're a ginger lucky, and it's a love it or leave it situation. Well, I hope you love it, because there's a lot of people who would love to be gingerly, you know? I call Prince, my orange cat, my ginger god. He's magical. He's a ginger god, okay? So you can be a ginger god or a ginger goddess. Pina says, I have dark auburn hair when I was younger. Now I have to dye it. Oh, I do love the auburn. So beautiful. Oh, we have lots of natural redheads. I love this. Red Wolf. That makes sense, your name. And a natural redhead. You had Angela Chase. I feel like I'm still in my Angela Chase phase, Lucy. I really do. So I don't know why Lisa thought calling her a redhead was an insult, but I think it was just the first thing she saw, because Whitney has been, people are dragging her online for this particular color. But I don't hate it. I know everyone hates, a lot of people hate Whitney's hair, but I actually don't hate it at all. But then again, I just watched The Amazing Race last night and did a live about that. So if you're into that, go watch The Amazing Race. And there was this woman on there who had this gorgeous orange red hair. And I took I didn't get the best screenshot of it, but it was so beautiful. And she was in Prague. I think I have a screenshot of it here somewhere. And I was just like, oh my God, that lady's hair is everything. It's just so bright and beautiful, but it was kind of that orangish-ish red. And I think even Kylan, one of the guys on The Amazing Race, was like, I love your hair. Because it just stood out. It was so, I don't know if I have the picture here anymore. I should have worn my, here it is. It's not the greatest picture, but look at this. Look at this gorgeous orangey red, beautiful. It's not the best picture. It looked far better in the episode. And she just had waves. And she looked like, what's that Disney character? The Disney princess. Kind of a newer Disney princess. What the hell is her name? All right, somebody help me out. My perimenopause brain fog is kicking in. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. She had the long red hair. So, right? Her hair was gorgeous. I can't stop thinking about her hair. I'm like, maybe I need to go red again. But then I'm like, my grays are going to be popping out 2 days later. It's going to be so, not the Little Mermaid, even though Ariel's hair is amazing. But it's more orangey. Yeah, from Brave. Yes. I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the main character. And I'm always like, that's gorgeous. It's like a gorgeous kind of orangey red color. Chappell Roan hair. Does Chappell Roan have a hair that color right now? I can't remember. Okay, her name is Princess Brave. Okay, thanks, guys. I knew you guys would pick up the slack for me when I get the brain fog. Thank you so much. So that's what she reminded me of. So I don't understand why she's hating on the redheads, but I believe that the gingers have souls. I mean, I think Whitney's hair, look at this. I think Whitney's hair looks good. I think Whitney, it would even look cute with if she grows it out just a little and little extensions, that color with like big waves. Now I'm like off on a hair tangent, you know? So anyways, Whitney is making a statement this year for her daughter. And I think that's cool. I think it's great that she is supporting her daughter in that way. I forgot to we forgot to talk about this. So when Todd and Bronwyn were at lunch and she was talking about how she wants people to like her, which I cringe a little because I'm like, girl, we're in our 40s now. This is like the freedom of being over 40. I feel like hopefully we can all just start caring less and less if people like us. Like, I don't give a shit. You know, you're not supposed to be for everyone. If you're for everyone, you're really for no one and you're faking the funk. But it seems like it does, you know, seeing the dynamic between Bronwyn and her mom, it makes more sense. But when Todd was just like, well, lots of people don't like you. Like, Todd, Krabby Patty, old man, what are you doing? That's not a good thing to say to your wife. And she's like, what do you mean lots of people don't like me? He's like, well, I'm on like Facebook, Friendster, MySpace.org. And she's like, oh, you mean in the Instagram comments? Yeah. But it seems like a lot of these housewives really want everyone to like them. And that's exhausting. It's exhausting. Just, who cares, Bronwyn? Who cares if they like you or they don't like you? Oh, you never heard about the gingers not having souls? Yeah. It's this thing they make up. Yes, the dingle hopper hairdos are peak. Oh my gosh. Yes, the dingle hopper with Ariel. Red Wolf says, I, as a redhead, have a soul, empathy, kindness, and a huge love for animals. See, redheads rule. Redheads honestly rule the world. They're amazing. Todd, I don't think a lot of people like Todd. Can you imagine working for Todd? I'm just going to say, I imagine there's quite the, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, HR complaints about the Todd father. Oh, can you imagine that being your manager? He just looks like a corporate douchebag. You know, just the guy's like, how are we going to save money in the company? Let's cut vacations. Let's give people less vacations. Now we're not going to match their 401ks enough. Do I still get my bonus? Fuck yeah, I do. Fuck yeah. He just strikes me as that slimy corporate douchebag. You know, Evelyn says Bronwyn needs to validate herself. And no, she is not. Right? Just own it, girl. Just quit it. Your mom is just mean. Todd is just crabby. All right. And who cares if some of these ladies don't like you? I wouldn't care. Todd really is unpleasant from what we have seen. He's so unpleasant. That makes sense, Lady Steph. Just seeing her mom and their dynamic. She says Bronwyn wants people to like her because she never felt like her mom. That's like, that breaks my heart thinking of that shit. I can't even make a joke about that. That is heartbreaking. When the parents, because those are the people that brought you into this world, the first people you look to for love and acceptance and approval. And when they're shitty to you, oh my God, that's just the worst. It just makes me really think of that Netflix documentary with that awful mom. Oh, this lady. It just makes me think of her. And I'm like, oh God. Just the betrayal, the evilness. Oh, the moms and the dads and stuff, they can hurt you the worst. You know, yeah, those childhood wounds from your parents, those are so deep. Teresa says, I thought Lisa was hungover and a mess from the night before because of her makeup. Probably from the night before, the party before. Right? Who cares? I'm 45 and people regularly tell me I don't like you, and I'm like, okay, bye. Like, awesome, great, fantastic. I don't want everyone to like me. Then I'm doing something wrong. Everyone's not supposed to like you. That's not how we're made. Okay, move along. Thank you. Yes, generational trauma, Evelyn. That's exactly what it is. So Red Wolf says, I really like Bronwyn. Hope she can get some help for her insecurities with her mom and her husband. I hope so too, because it seems like she's a really loving mom too to her daughter. I don't know. It hurts me when I see these housewives with such bitch ass moms, for lack of a better term, you know? Pina says, my mom always criticized me and then her mom criticized her in the light bulb. Yeah. It usually is that generational trauma. Like, your mom's doing it because that's how she was treated. And it just takes one person to hopefully get therapy and break that, pattern within the family. But poor Bronwyn. Also, someone made this on Twitter. And remember when Karen Huger from Potomac, and shout out to, I think Karen Huger's did she get out of jail already? Or she got an early release if she's not out already. But when she was, when they were talking about Ray and his finances, and she had that luncheon, I feel like Lisa Barlow must have taken a page out of Karen Huger's book. So then they photoshopped it with Lisa's face on Karen Huger's head and body. Oh, she's out? Okay, I thought so. I thought it happened while I was covering Big Brother, and I thought I heard something, but I never followed up with it. Okay, she's been out of jail for a month. Has anyone interviewed her yet? And is she going to film for Potomac? I know we have a new season coming out, but right, I thought that pic was hilarious. So it's Karen's hair, Karen's body, but they put Lisa Barlow's face on it. So yeah. Interesting. Giovanni says, I'm 75 and I'm glad there are people who don't like me. Good. Less people in my life, right? It's like, I can't be everybody's friend. No one can. That's exhausting. You wouldn't be being true to yourself. Oh, cameras were filming when she got it. Okay, so we'll probably see it. Are we going to see it on this next season? Because when is the new season of Potomac? They usually film in the spring. So I feel like but maybe they put cameras back up and then they'll get it in this. I don't know. Oh, yeah, just like Teresa. I hope Karen will never drink and drive again. Geez, it was like her 4th time or some shit. I was like, Karen. And that we covered that. We roasted that body cam footage. She was hoisted. She barfed in her own purse. She was shitty wasted. Oh, it already starts Sunday. Damn, everything is just starting. Oh my gosh. Ooh, Alexander says the beginning of the sneak peek opens with Karen getting in the car out of jail, and then they rewind. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to have to watch this season of Potomac. I've just been in a big brother hole, so I'm getting back into Bravo, and there's so much drama going on. Sheena versus Lala, the Valley stuff, Lala soft launching her and Tom Schwartz as like a joker. I'm just like, oh, so much. Right? It was like, Cammie, it's never a good thing when someone's drinking and driving, but it was so ridiculous that we had to roast that up. That body cam was like 45 minutes, and I barfed in my purse. I'm like, ran into a fence and then claimed she wasn't driving. That was crazy. So this lunch just quickly is a back and forth of questioning Lisa Barlow about these lawsuits, and she's like, they're nothing. They're dismissed. And it was, what do you mean they're dismissed? And she's just deflecting on the other ladies. And then Meredith gets called out, like, you didn't have Lisa's back. Yes, Meredith's like, my family. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Lisa, they're trying to just bring division with us. I did. And Lisa's like, yeah, I know you did, Meredith. Even though Lisa's looking at her like, I don't know if this bitch really did. I don't know. And I think the only thing they did, like a flashback, the only thing Meredith said was like, maybe we should wait until Lisa's here. Okay, we shouldn't say this when she's not here. That's all Meredith was saying. Oh boy. Brittany chimes in and she's like, Meredith, you didn't say anything. You didn't. And Meredith's like, don't start with me, Brittany. You don't know. Okay, for my family, I would definitely stand up for Lisa Barlow. Okay, stop it. And then this Amy chick, is she going to be new on the show? Because she's the one that had the party where Lisa told Bronwyn that she sucks goat dick. I'm like, why is Amy around? What are we doing? Are we soft launching a new housewife? Amy's just sitting there like, well, apparently she's a socialite. Never heard of her. Never heard of her. It's off to a great start. It really is. How could you, Kelly Cal? You're so right. Meredith will never forgive Lisa for that hot mic moment. That was, if I ever heard someone say that shit about me, I would know at their core they hated me, and they hated me for life. Because she was like, you effed all of half of New York. You don't have a home. Your broke ass husband. Like, she went all in on her kids, her family, her job, her sex life, her infidelity. She's like, she's a whore. That was the hottest hot mic moment that we've ever seen. Possibly ever on reality TV. Right, Anna? Like, who are these randoms? Like, give me a reason to be, why is she here? To just stare with her perky eyebrows? I don't know why she's here. Okay? I'm just not sure. Yeah, smash a like if you haven't already, you guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't blame Meredith for never forgiving her for that, because that was a little too far. And then it's Bronwyn versus Lisa, and Lisa really hates Bronwyn. She's like, okay, you chose not to go camping. And Lisa's like, I was with Ben Affleck and Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick's movie premiere, and I was saying, move that rug over a little bit, move that table over. And then Lisa brings up Krabby Patty Todd, her husband. It's like, you're misogynistic husband. And then Bronwyn does make a good point. She's like, the only misogynist here is you, because you're the one saying that I suck gout dick for money. And that is some internalized misogyny, to shame the lady for possible sex work and or marrying a rich dude. That's your own. When ladies shame each other about their own sex lives and slut shame each other, that is some internalized misogyny right there. So Bronwyn's not wrong, but your husband is crabby. Is he a misogynist? Probably. You know, if the gout dick fits. I mean, he kind of put it in the chat. If you didn't know this guy, I know it's hard because we know him, and you saw him, you'd probably think, I bet he doesn't listen to women. I bet he doesn't value women like he does men. I bet he's not the biggest fan unless he's having sex with them back when his wiener worked. You know what I'm saying? I would think. You're not always supposed to judge a book by its cover, but sometimes the cover is right and spot on. And with that one, I think we know the answer. You know? Lucy's, I love the hopeless hanger-on in the back row. Sometimes they're interesting, you know? Right, Cammie? It's like, I would think that guy ready to take our bodily autonomy and vote against us having our body, our choice. That looks like that guy. Yeah, looks like that guy. But who knows? Maybe he's just crabby. Maybe he's just a big Krabby Patty. So they're going back and forth. And Lisa's like, Bronwyn, you lied about the necklace you can't even afford. You're so poor. You're so broken. You're so poor. And Bronwyn's like, I owned up to that. Okay. I told Todd that I shouldn't have done that. And I was just trying to be cool. All right. And I told Todd, and I took ownership of that, Lisa. So you have lawsuits against you from people. That's on you. And Lisa's just deflect. She is just yelling. She triggers Whitney, where Whitney is screaming, and Mary's like, Whitney, come back. Sit down. Mary Cosby's like, come on, Whitney. Whitney's like, I can't, Mary. She's triggering me. Whitney threw a napkin at Lisa. She had the nails in her face. She was like, she's triggering me, Mary. Oh, these two. Remember when Lisa and Whitney were like friends for that minute? That was fun, right? And then they just started hating each other. And they've never went back. Never. Right? Bronwyn deserves every penny. Because, yeah, imagine having to screw Todd. I mean, no offense, Krabby Patty, but he doesn't look too fun. You know what I mean? He's not moving. He's not putting in any effort. You're going to have to do all the work. Okay? You're lucky if he's going to roll over. You might have to roll him over. It's just not going to be fun. Allegedly, for jokes. I'm sure they have a lovely sex life that I don't want to ever think about. I've never seen him fun or lighthearted, Evelyn says. Is Todd ever fun or lighthearted? I've never seen it. I think he looks cute too, Care Bear. I'm with you. Right? Mary, her transition from being her first season, we were like, what? To now is quite extraordinary. My only fear is that eventually, like all these housewives, she'll get exposed for that weird, shady church. That's what I'm worried about. Because there's stories. I hope to God they're just rumors and it's all on the up and up, but that's the only thing. But then we're seeing Mary this season, the more, the storyline of, what's happening in the real life with Robert Jr. and his addictions and that struggle. I think a lot of that has humbled Mary in ways that she's able to like see maybe farther out. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. But I feel for her so much with her son and his, drug addiction and his battles and his recent arrests and all the things. So, yes. But Mary is very entertaining. And now that she's decided to participate in the Housewives, because for a while she wasn't really, participating, it was a lot more fun to see Mary. She does. It's a softer side of her. Yeah, she shows such kindness and patience with her child. And so I think it's an important story to tell, but it's always heartbreaking, because I don't think there's a family out there that hasn't been hit by addiction in some form. So it's hard. But Mary, come back. And Whitney's like, I'm triggered. And she's just like over Lisa. And Lisa is just like, bring it on. It's like Lisa wants to fight. Lisa 100% thinks she's better than all of these women now. Lisa got up in her Gap mock turtleneck bodysuit with her cowboy hat, no belt, just looking slim and trim. She was like, dismissed. I have a business. And she's like holding up her signs. Lisa Barlow. She's Lisa Barlow. Sometimes I find her so entertaining. And then I'm also like, God, it must be like hell to be on her bad side or to be on any of her sides at times. So I don't know. That's true. Care Bear says Mary on season 1 was probably having issues with her step grandpappy husband. Yeah, Robert Sr., who's never around. He's in one of their houses in a different state, allegedly. He is not in that Utah home with the green carpet. I cannot with the green carpet, Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby has Christmas carpet. My parents had that carpet in the 90s. It was hot in the 90s. Mid to late 90s, you had some green carpet, like that winter green, that evergreen carpet. You were killing the game. Now, maybe not. But maybe she's waiting for it to come back because everything kind of eventually comes back. Mary's decor is, and I'm someone, I am a little cuckoo with my decor. I'm a little maximalist with some boho chic, with some standout things. Not everyone loves that, but hers is like an acid trip, Alice in Wonderland, like a carnival, all mixed together. It's like, yeah, it's probably the worst indoor decor of any of the housewives. Wanda says, remember how Lisa told Heather that her businesses are so above and beyond the other ladies' things? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then they're like, then why are these people suing you? And Lisa's like, it's normal for me to get sued 4, 5, 6, 700 times. It's normal. And they're like, did you use the credit card of this guy? Were you using his credit card? Was he buying a car for you? Like, who is this guy they've talked about for a couple, seasons? This maybe sugar daddy to her business. Like, what? And she's like, no, what? Oh my God, I would never. And they're like, well, okay, but what are all these people saying? And it's interesting. Any relation to Gary Barlow? I don't know. I don't know who Gary Barlow is. Sorry, JB. I probably should know, but I don't. It was very The Hunting Wives, and I was really into it. This Hunting Wives thing, is this a show that I should be watching? Because I've heard people talk about this over the past couple months. And I have seen clips online. But is it worth a watch? And where do I watch it? Netflix? I don't know. Yeah, Lisa Barlow wants to call other people, or no, Angie K called Lisa Barlow like the new Jen Shaw. Oh. And she was like, it's a joke. It's a joke. But who knows? I mean, we know some of these housewives and their businesses, and we've had quite a few housewives go to jail. So, yeah, sugar daddy, but hubby didn't know. Very, very suspicious. John Barlow. Where you at, John? Oh, I remember the band Take That a little bit. I remember the name. I can't think of like a song. But from the 90s band, she'll probably say she's related. Okay, so Kitty Kitty Meow says so The Hunting Wives only if you're open for a gay awakening. Always. I'm always open for a gay awakening. You guys are saying watch it. Oh God. And it's like a fictional show about these women. Okay. I have to check that out. So thanks, guys. So I'm going to have a gay awakening, and it's very good. All right. Well, if I do watch it, I'll let you guys know all about my big gay awakening, and it'll be fun. So by the end of the episode, you know, Whitney's running off. I can't handle this. And the poor server girl, oh, she comes over. Hi, can I take your order? Hi, look how cute she is. She's so cute. She's got to be like late teens, maybe early 20s. She's like, hello, are you guys ready to order? And they're like, F you, bitch. You're the dirty, you're a bitch. How dare you? I'm a woman in business. You're a woman in business. I care about my business. You don't care. You suck goat dick. And she's like, our soup today is French onion. Goat dick. What? Maybe I should come back. We also have a strawberry summer salad. Goat dick. This poor woman is just, hi guys. I remember being that young and being a server. Oh, had I walked into that, that would have been something. You guys. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that is my recap for the latest episode of Salt Lake City. Our roast, our recap, getting into it. I'll be back next week for episode 4. And I have a feeling this season is just going to keep getting better and better and better, because it's already starting off really great with the gout dick. I can't say enough good things about the gouts. Christina Coca, so good to see you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Christina says, not even caught up on SLC, just here for some love. Okay, BRB, gotta watch now 210. Enjoy. I saw you, I got a notification on my phone that said you posted something about Kelly and the fire. And I'm trying to remember, like, oh, okay, yep, I kind of remember. So I'm gonna have to check out your stories. Thank you, Christina. Get caught up to Salt Lake City if you can, and then let's collab on it, because it's good. I also saw Christina was streaming on TikTok. So I've been having to follow TikTok for these Big Brother people, their lives, you know, to see when they go live. And I saw Christina was streaming Dancing with the Stars, and I've never been into Dancing with the Stars, like ever. But while Christina was watching it, and she was watching speaking of Salt Lake City, the Mormon wives, the 2, Whitney and Jen Affleck, who are on it, it looked good. I'm like, why don't I like Dancing with the Stars? I like dancing, but I've just never really gotten into a season before. But they were killing it. So I might have to check out a little Dancing with the Stars. Hi, Jamie B. Good to see you. Didn't get a notification you were live. I still need to watch this week's episode. No worries, Jamie. Thank you, Witness. Says you'll get updates from your YouTube rep. Thank you for streaming on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I loved it because you were breaking down Whitney's dance, and Whitney had like her sexy dance with her partner, who seems like a cutie patootie, Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And yeah, it was cool how they incorporated the tiki-taki on it. It was like the first time. So I'm like, let's just peek in Christina's live and see. I didn't want to disrupt, but I was just watching. I was like, oh, this is good. Chickenhead, thank you so much for the super chat. Good to see you. Hi, much love from the rainforest. Good to see you, Chickenhead. PK, Dorkface, Neely. Always a pleasure. Yeah, because I like dancing. I was a dancer when I was young. I wasn't like competitive, but I was. We did do recitals and things. Okay, I shuffleball changed with the best of them. Little jazz tap ballet. But okay, I'll disrupt you next time. Because I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I checked back in on you, and I think you were watching Jenny Garth. So I don't know what season that was, unless she's on this season. But I don't think she is. Maybe she is. So I'll definitely disrupt you. I'm still trying to figure out the tiki-taki. If you guys aren't already, feel free to follow me over there. But I think I need more followers to go live on TikTok. But I've mostly been following it for Big Brother stuff and their when they go live, like Ashley. And they go live at all hours of the night. And like I said, I have an app to record when they do that on Instagram, but I don't have it for TikTok. So I literally have to pay attention. Ashley went live last night at like 3 a.m. Go to bed. Okay, it was like 6 a.m. her time. It was crazy. Jamie B says, I refuse to get on TikTok. Sorry, not sorry. I wish I didn't have to get on all of these platforms, but I feel like as a content creator, you have to kind of be on everything, have a presence on everything. So I'm trying to enjoy it. Yes, happy the life of a showgirl night to all who celebrate. I was very excited, but I had to hear from Hype Man Husband Chell. He said he saw it on Reddit. I was like, okay, Taylor Swift is dropping her new album today. And Hype Man Husband Chell said, oh, I heard she did a song about Charlie XCX or whatever. And I'm like, what? So I don't know. I got to do some research. But Hype Man Husband Chell RN was like, yeah, apparently. He doesn't really know who these people are, but he was telling me. And I'm like, what do you mean a song? Like we just got Cardi B's album. Okay. And now do we have Taylor Swift going after? I don't know. Right? I'm like, I don't want them to make songs about each other. I don't want them. And some people are saying she's trying to be like Sabrina Carpenter. I'm like, why are we comparing? Taylor Swift does her own thing. Sabrina does her own thing. They're both awesome. Like, come on, guys. Oh. Yes, remember when you had the Joe Rogan recordings? I did have the Joe. Yes, that's how I get it. I have an app. So these people, they think they sneakily delete their Instagram lives. And really, my app records it. It's not like everyone can get this app. It's not like my app. It's just an app I found. So, yeah. Jamie says, you know I'm a petty political Aquarius, LOL, and I love you for it. I love you for it. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with the TikTok these days. But follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, hit that like and subscribe, you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to my super chatters. Rachel, thank you for becoming a member. Christina Coca, thank you so much, you guys. Go follow her on YouTube. Go subscribe to her channel. Follow her on Instagram and the TikTok, especially if you like lots of cool things like Dancing with the Stars and just overall wonderful pop culture and political commentary. Chickenhead, PK, Dorkface, Neely, thank you so much. Good to see you guys. We're back. We're back in the Bravo world. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. And I'll do a No Offense, All Offense tomorrow because I got to figure out what's going on with Sheena and Lala. They're bananas. So much stuff is going on. And we got to do more updates, BB27 postseason. So lots more to come, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Again, hit that like. And until next time, always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you